نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has created us in the best of creation. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has created us in the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has blessed us with the wealth of Iman. May Allah keep us in Iman. May Allah take us from this world of Iman. May Allah raise us on the day of Qiyamah with Iman. My dear respected brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rabbul Alameen. Allah is the Rabb of many, many worlds. How many, my dear brothers, this is in the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the alims mentioned from a certain kitab that approximately 80,000 words. That is in the knowledge of Allah. Today we put a number to it, but just to give us some understanding. But Allah knows best how many words there are. And He is the Rabb of all these words. And whatever is in these words, Allah is the Rabb. What is the meaning of Rabb? My dear friends, today we understand Rabb to mean our Creator. Allah is our Rabb. Comes in our heart, we Allah is our Creator. He created us. Nobody. That does not mean this. That means the one who creates, sustains, controls, takes care of everything. The one who created this system, he is not the Rabb of the system. He just created it. Who's taking care of it? Who's controlling it? The one that created it is not taking care of it. The one who's taking care of it is not controlling it. There are different people doing different things regarding it. He's not owning it. The one who created it is not owning it. It won't be in his ownership. The one who owns it today will not be in his ownership tomorrow, going to somebody else. Okay? So my dear brothers, Allah Rabbul Izzat is the creator of everything. He is the sustainer of everything. He is the owner of everything. He is the controller of everything. He is the protector of everything. He created it. He will destroy it. Allah alone is it. Allah is the Rabb. Allah is. And this statement, my dear brothers, we accepted it in the world of the souls. When we said, Allah questioned us, Alastu bi Rabbikum, that who is your Rabb? And all the souls together said, Bala, you surely our Rabb, Ya Allah. You are our Rabb. We attested to it there, we accepted it there. And my dear brothers, the same question is going to be asked to us in the qabr. That who is your Rabb? Not who is your creator, who is your sustainer. When we ask, your Rabb, who is your Rabb? So my dear respected brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us in this world, and Allah ta'ala wants us to recognize this. Allah is our Rabb. Allah is our Rabb. Alone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brothers, is such a Rabb that He does not forget His creation. He takes care of His creation all the time. Even the one that displeases Him, the one that disobeys Him, the one that does not believe in Him, the one that insults Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still takes care. He's the Rabb of all those people. Allah is the Rabb. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brothers, is the Rabb of all the fish in the ocean. Who's taking care of the fish in the ocean? Which human being can take care of the fish in the ocean? The whale. One morsel of the whale costs so many $1,000s. If you take out that food that the whale eats from the sea, and you sell it in the market, it costs so many $1,000. One morsel. Only one morsel. When the whale gives birth to a baby, that baby whale drinks 600 liters of milk every day. How many whales there are? How many baby whales in the sea? Who's taking care of it? Allah. How many fish that are in the sea? Only in the knowledge of Allah. All the animals in the jungles, who's taking care of it? Allah. How Allah is taking care of it? It's in Allah's knowledge. Huzayl bin Ayyaz rahmatullah alayhi was a robber before he became a very pious person. He was sitting underneath a tree. And suddenly he sees that one bird is flying from one date tree with kajur in it, takes one kajur from there and flies and goes into a date palm where there's a hole in there and he throws it in there. He does this a few times. Now curiosity takes over him. He becomes curious. What's happening here? So he goes to see in the date palm where there's a hole and he sees there's a blind snake and this bird is feeding the blind snake. Snake is the creation of Allah. Allah is the Rabb of that snake. Allah is taking care of it. How Allah is taking care? That bird which is for the snake, the bird is an enemy, the snake is an enemy for the bird. But here Allah is using that the bird to feed the snake. So Fuzayl thinks to himself, hi, Allah can take care of a blind snake. By that thing the snake which causes harm to the bird is taking care of it like this. How can Allah not take care of Fuzayl? He makes tawbah, he begins to cry, he makes tawbah. He tells this to his companions make tawbah. They all go to a pious person and they all become pious people after. Allah is the one that takes care. Allah alone takes care of it. In the Namibian desert, there is a scorpion. It needs water to survive. Where Allah has put the scorpion? In the desert. It needs what? Where you will find water there. But every morning, the thing puts his, looks like something like paws. Stand on its paws, and two paws are put up like this. And the wind that blows from the sea, it starts collecting that water. And stores that water, and the whole day it utilizes that water till the next morning to survive. Allah created it. Allah knows its needs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brothers, fulfill its needs. Allah is Rabb. Study each and every creation of Allah and see how Allah is taking care of every creation of His. The insan, He gave you little bit choice. Little bit choice in this world to choose. And you think that you are the one that is looking after yourself. You think your efforts are giving you your sustenance. Your efforts is taking care of you. My dear brothers, this is only a test. Our jobs and our shops are only a test. This Allah does not need this to take care of us. Allah is providing my needs. Allah is sustaining us. If Allah Ta'ala wanted, Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala could have given all our rosy, all our sustenance at the time when we were born. Most of us that are sitting here, are from out of this country. Can you imagine if you had to take your rosy and come to this country here? All of us think, my dear brothers, that we go behind our rosy. No, rosy follows us. Allah does not need, my dear brothers, for you to run around to get it. He sends it where it is required. So, my dear brothers, if we had to leave our country, for example, we came 4 months here to do the effort of dawah. Now we have to calculate, I'm going for 4 months. I need so much of sugar, I need so much of tea, I need so much of rice, I need so much of this, I need each sati now to pack his own sustenance and come here. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is kind, Allah is merciful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want to put us into taqleef and difficulties. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provides our sustenance when we need it. How it comes to us? Where? Today most of us must have eaten rice. Where that rice came from? Either from China, from Bangladesh or from India. Who plowed the land? Who planted the seeds? Who got the rice? Where it was stored? Where it was milled? Where it was packed? How it came with that ship? How it's from that ship it came here? From this docks to the shops? All the arrangements Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made, and we sit and we eat the plate of rice. Can you imagine if Allah left it upon ourselves? You find your own sustenance. You find your own rice. Where you would have got that rice from? My dear respected brothers and brothers, Allah is our Rabb. Allah is looking after us. Allah is taking care of us. The means and the way of taking care, Allah knows best. And how we depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah takes care of us. We want the long way, the hard way, the difficult way, the way that is, you see where we have to strive and make effort and continue making effort. And Allah will give it to us in that way. That's our choice. He gave us choice. We cannot get the rosy ourselves. How we want the rosy, He gave us the choice there. He gave us the choice. We want the hard way, we get it the hard way. We want the easy way, we get it the easy way. My dear brothers, the fowl. You want the fowl to go through difficulty in eating its food? Throw the food in the entire yard. And the fowl has to go into the entire yard to eat the food. That same food, if you put it in one bowl, the fowl will follow. The chicken. Likewise, how we think of Allah, what's our command, what's our thought of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to Allah to Himself. We think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you see, needs our efforts to give us our sustenance. Allah said, make effort, you'll get what's written for you. Your child, what's written for you, you'll get, but how much effort you want to make. And if you want it in little time, with no difficulties, no hardships, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us rituals in that way. All of us. This is no hadith, my dear brothers, this is no ayat of Quran. This is an example for us to get real understanding of how much effort we are making in the dunya. Please, my dear brothers, I'm not saying it's a hadith, it's not an ayat, just an example. Somebody may give this example. He says when Allah was creating the world, He first created the donkey. Created the donkey. Giving an example, God created donkey first. And told donkey, I'm giving you a life of 60. What you're going to do, you're going to come into this world and work, make khidmah of insan. To Allah, 60 is too much. Give me a life of 20. Then He created the dog. He told the dog, I'm giving you a life of 20. What you're going to do? Come and take care of insan's things in this world. Protection, security. Allah, 20 is too much, give me 10. Then He created the monkey. And He told the monkey, I'm giving you a life of 10. What you're going to do? Come in the world, make the people happy. When they are sad, make the people happy. I'm giving you a life of 10. So too much 10, give me a life of 5. Then He created insan. Insan, I'm giving you a life of 20. You have to come and make my ibadah. So Allah, 22 little. Then 40 years the donkey sacrificed, the one that. 10 years the dog sacrificed, the one that. 5 years the monkey sacrificed, the one that. So insan comes in this world, 20 years no much effort. In 40 years he works like a donkey. 10 years when he got all his dunya, then he barks like a dog, don't touch this, don't come near this, don't do this, don't do that. And 5 years when the grandchildren come, then he plays with the grandchildren and make them laugh like a monkey. See? This is insan today, my friends. He desired to make effort himself in this dunya, he works like a donkey. Such effort he is making in this world, my dear brothers, for his, which Allah has taken upon himself to provide. He is our Rabb. He is our sustainer. He is taking it upon himself to provide for us. Malika Sahib, a very, very old worker of Tanzania, he says, Insan says, he's like saying to Allah, Allah, you take a rest. Don't worry, I'll worry about my rosy. I'll work for it. You take a rest. So hard he's working to earn 2 slices of bread. So much of effort. No time. Everybody, no time. Why no time? I got to go to work. Finish one job, got to go to another job. Got this qatar. 15 hours, 18 hours. Ya Rabb. So much of effort of dunya. For what, my dear brothers? Allah is there to provide, my dear brothers. Allah is taking an oath in the Quran that He will provide and sustain for us. Allah is saying, my dear, La nasaluka rizqa. We are not asking you for rizq. Nahnu narzukuk. We are there to provide for you. What's the need so much of effort of this dunya? For 2 slices of bread, we are sacrificing our akhirat. Hi, my dear brothers. Allah is our Rabb. Allah will take care of our needs. Become Allah's and Allah will become ours, my dear brothers. Allah is taking care of each and every creation of His. That creation which He made haram for us, the pig, Allah is taking care of that pig also. Allah has not left that pig alone. The sustenance of the pig is in the hands of Allah also, my dear. That ummati, that Muslim, that mu'min, who becomes Allah's, Allah is going to leave him. Allah will not take care of him. My dear respected brothers, this yaqeen has to come into our heart. Because of so much effort in dunya, our yaqeen has changed. We believe in Allah, but my dear brothers, that yaqeen, that Allah is our Rabb, that Allah is our sustainer, that Allah is the one who is doing everything, this is not in their heart. They still doubt. Agar, magar, what, but, if I don't do, but, there is no need for buts, there is no ifs and buts. Allah is the provider, Allah is the sustainer, Allah is taking care of everything, my friend. Allah is doing it. Allah is the owner of everything. Nobody owns anything in this world. Neither we own ourselves, my dear. This kind Allah, my dear, this kind Allah of ours, daily, my dear brothers. So, in the Quran, over and over, in different ayats, complains. Insan is so ungrateful. Insan, my dear, why you are running away from me? Run towards me, come towards me. Allah says, I love you. I love the one who runs away from me. How much will I love the one that runs towards me? How can a beloved, my dear brothers, leave his lover? He loves us, my dear brothers. Allah is Sattar, Allah is Ghaffar, Allah is Kareem. After all the sins we have committed, and after all the wrong we do, our Allah still takes care of us. Allah, we see so much of wrong, yet Allah has not taken our eyesight. We hear so much of wrong, Allah has not taken our hearing. We speak so much of wrong, Allah has not taken away our speech. Allah has not taken the strength from our hands and feet, although we do wrong. This intelligence Allah is still giving us, although we might use it for so many things that is displeasing to Allah. The heart is filled with everything but Allah is still looking at us with the heart of love, looking at us with mercy. Can you imagine, my dear brothers, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala covers up our faults? If only Allah had to expose our faults. Comes in the hadith, something to this effect, when a person speaks lies, the malaika run away from that person a mile away because of the stench that comes out from his mouth, the bad odor that comes out from his mouth. Can you imagine if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had exposed this to other people? Can you imagine, my dear brothers, you are walking down the street, you saw one woman. Now you go home and your wife can see what you saw. She's exposed to that. What would have happened? Allah is Sattar, He covers all. Such is Sattar Allah. All the other ummahs, false, Allah exposes in the Quran that this is what that ummah did, and this is what that ummah did, and this is what that ummah did. How fortunate, how kareem our Allah is, how merciful our Allah is. He has not exposed our faults to anyone. We are the last ummah, no other ummah will know what we did. After all the guna, after all the sin, we make, my dear brothers, Allah is still giving. Allah still gives us. Allah still nourishes us. Allah still provides for us. Allah does not deprive us of anything. The Bani Israel, there was a person who made ibadat of Allah for almost 100 years. Allah Ta'ala provided for him. Daily Allah sent sustenance to him. So Allah wanted to test him. After almost 100 years, He stopped sending him. One day, testing him. 2 days He didn't come. 3 days He didn't come. Now He said, now you see that Allah has stopped it. Then He went to a fire worshipper and asked. He went to a fire worshipper and asked food. He got the food from the fire worshipper. But as he was going, the fire worshipper's dog started following, making a whining sound. So he threw one piece of bread, threw another piece of bread, threw a third piece of bread. Then he said, "You ungrateful dog." So Allah gave sound, speech to the dog. The dog told, "Oh, you called me ungrateful? 3 days your Rabb did not feed you. 100 years your Rabb fed you. 3 days He did not feed you. You left His door and you came here. My master hasn't fed me for so many days. I didn't leave His door. I didn't leave His door." See? The dog, the horse, you feed it a little and becomes the owner of it, becomes subservient to the one that feeds it. Allah feeds us every day. Allah grants us sustenance every day. My dear brothers, we leave the door of Allah. We forget Allah. Every morning we get up, my dear brothers. How many of us make shukr for all the ni'mats and the bounties Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us, which we cannot count? وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. Unlimited, can't count it, my dear brothers. So much of ni'mats, so many bounties Allah blessed us with. How many of us make shukr to Allah every morning for this? Umar radiallahu anhu one day saw his companions. I saw one person, he was walking with his companion, he saw one person, blind, deaf, dumb, hands and feet, lame. Umar radiallahu anhu asked his companion, what you can see in this person that you can make shukr for? So all of them said, Umar radiallahu anhu, we can't see anything. There is nothing there that we can see that we will make shukr. Umar radiallahu anhu, they were taking him to pass urine. Shouldn't he make shukr that he can pass urine? But he passes urine every day, he should make shukr for that. How many of us take that as a ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? One old man went to the doctor and he couldn't pass urine. So the doctor, after checking him up, giving him some medication, told him $200. So he started crying. So the doctor felt that maybe we can't afford it. He said, okay, $100. He started crying more. When the doctor felt that we can't afford it at all, he said, okay, $3. Doctor, I'm not crying because of that. I'm crying 70 years have passed. I passed urine and my Allah didn't charge me 1 cent. One day he stopped him trusting me so much. I mentioned it. Only if we think what Allah is doing for us. Every day, just ponder over our Kareem Allah, our Rahim Allah, our Merciful Allah. My dear brothers, how today we fall in love with that person who does us a little bit. I came here, my first trip, my dear brothers. So we met some brothers from a foreign country. Because this government did a little for them. So they started criticizing their government, their old government, which country they came from. Started criticizing him and he started praising. See, this government, what it has done for us. How much should they have done for us? So much of praises because this government has given a little. But we become nationalistic. We become proud. Why? This government did a little. Gave us a little space in this country. Gave us a little chance to get some education. Gave us a little bit, my dear, with dunya. And we feel happy to be proud to be from this country. My dear, Allah is giving us every day. Allah is providing for us every day. Allah is doing for us every day. How proud are we to be the slaves of Allah? That I am the slave of Allah. And I must do something for my Allah who is doing everything. Not that Allah needs it. This is a sign of shukr, sign of gratitude. That Ya Allah, shukr for what you have done for us. Where we could have been, what we have put, Allah, today you blessed us with all these wonders. Allah is our Rabb. Allah is Rahim and Kareem. Allah is Sattar, Allah is Ghaffar. How much sin we make, and Allah is saying, come. And he said, when a person commits a sin, something to this effect, the sky says, oh Allah, give me permission to fall on him. The earth says, Allah, give me the permission to swallow him. The ocean says, Allah, give me the permission to drown him. Allah says, if it is your slave, do what you want to do. As long as it is my slave, I'll wait for him to ask for forgiveness. I'll forgive him. You commit sin at night, in the morning you make tawbah, Allah forgives. In the morning you make tawbah of sin, in the night you make tawbah, Allah forgives. Fill the entire world with sin, and you go to Allah and say, Allah forgive, Allah forgives. Every day you make sin, every day you make tawbah, Allah forgives. We will get tired of asking for forgiveness. Allah does not get tired of forgiveness. Yes, by this chance after chance. Never mind, this banda of mine, this slave of mine will come. How happy Allah gets when a person comes to him. He said a person, my dear, was traveling in the desert. Went to lie down, his camel with all his goods escaped. So when he woke up, he couldn't find it. Couldn't find it. Now when he's looking until the time came, he's so thirsty, he's so tired, that he's now crawling on his knees and hands. Now he's crawling on his stomach, tongue hanging out, and then he sees his camel coming. Now in that happiness he says, what? Oh Allah, you are my slave, and I am your Rabb. In his happiness, he says this. But more than that, Allah gets happy when his banda comes and asks Allah for forgiveness. More than that, my brothers. Allah wants us to come close. Allah does not want us to be failures. Allah does not want to punish us. Allah does not want to harm us, my dear brothers. Hey, my dear brothers, we are harming ourselves. We want harm to come to us, my brothers. We want destruction. Allah doesn't want us. Allah wants us to be successful. Allah wants us to be happy. Allah wants us to be pleased. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to have a good life in this world. Allah does not desire that my people go through difficulties in life. But my people, He left that upon us. Choice is on us. You choose this road, you will get that life. You choose this road, you will get that difficulty. The choice is yours. But insan is so weak. When he sees something, he starts believing it. He sees some people going through some enjoyment, some pleasures, some happiness in this world. Outwardly, he sees all this. That this person is going through all this outwardly. So he desires to get that also. The outward satisfaction. But behind that, my dear brothers, those dunyawi pleasures, those outward things, behind that is grief, is pain, is sorrow, is depression, is suicide. And my dear brothers, behind the little ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, outwardly it seems difficulties. I have to go against my nafs. I have to go against my desires. So outwardly it seems that I am going to go through difficulties and hardship. And those who are practicing it, they are looking like they are going through difficulty and hardship. So my dear brothers, the person says, no, I can't live that life. But behind that what Allah has kept, that contentment, that sukoon, that happiness, that love, that respect, that honor, that dignity, all the goodness of life that Allah has kept with that, we cannot see. Like our elders give us an example. One person went and he studied for 7 years, became a doctor. So he came back to his village. And when he came back to his village, he goes past the doctor's surgery. The old doctor's surgery. And he sees the doctor is busy and perspiring and going through difficulties, looking at this patient and then going through a lot of problems. He says, I can't take it. That life there, that life is no good for me. And then he sees the street sweeper sweeping the street and he's smiling and singing a song and sweeping the street. This is a good life. But this is a good life. I think I'll become a street sweeper. What we all call him, my students? Intelligent person. If they were poor, stupid, foolish person. See behind the doctor's surgery, there's a huge house there. There's beautiful cars there. There's beautiful food in his home. See behind there what's there. And see behind the street sweeper, what is there? How he's living, how he's traveling, what's he eating. Then you'll know. There is a similar way, my dear. Allah made us Khaira Ummah, best of nations. Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Previous Nabis desired to be in this ummah. Abdul Rahman Sahib gave us one incident, my dears, from Hayat al-Sahaba. He says that beside the Nabis, the ummatis of the previous ummah, when they heard of this ummah, they desired to be in this ummah. There was one of the helpers of Isa alayhi salatu salam, he said, make dua. Oh, I can see, if I don't see the Nabi of the ummah, if I don't see the Nabi of this ummah, then give me the chance that I can see the ummatis of this ummah. So once a group of Sahaba were moving in Africa and they passed a mountain. And the mountain made a noise. And when they passed the place, they wrote a letter to Umar radiallahu anhu. So Umar radiallahu anhu sent back a letter. They're telling them, go back to that place on your return and ask the mountain to give up its secret. When he goes there, he asks the mountain to give up its secret, the mountain opens up. And there was an old man, beard very, very long and white. So they asked him, who are you? He said, I'm one of the helpers of Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu salam. And how come you are in here? He says, I asked Hazrat Isa alayhi salam to make dua, but I want to see the ummatis of the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because I could not see the ummah. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu salam, when he was asked, my dear brothers, when he was asked by this person that I want to see Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that Nabi had been chosen
And the ummatis for that Nabi has also been chosen. The ummatis, we have been chosen, my dear brothers. We are no ordinary people. Allah chose us to be in the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this person said, oh, I wanted to see the ummati of the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Are you the ummati of the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Yes. Made salam to them, and then my dear brothers, Allah took his life away. We don't know who we are, my dear brothers. We're proud to be doctors. We're proud to be businessmen. We're proud to be workers. We're proud to be, my dear brothers, some person of this dunya. What's the difference, my dear brothers? Allah has made kuffar doctors. Allah has made kuffar lawyers. Allah has made kuffar businessmen. Allah has made kuffar millionaires. Allah has made kuffar billionaires. What's so great about that, my dear brothers? We are the ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Realize our position, my dear. We have forgotten this. What great status Allah Rabbul Izzat has given us. We are like that doctor who saw, my dear brothers, the doctor making some effort and tired. Like that we read with the life of Sahaba Ikram and the Awliya Ikram. So now if I live a life like this, then I'll be deprived of the pleasures of the world. I'll be deprived of the pleasures of the world. I don't want to go through the difficulties and hardships that they were. My dear brothers, look behind the life of Sahaba, what Allah has kept for them. What Allah gave them in this world first and foremost. And what Allah has kept for them after death. And see what Allah has kept in store for those people who displease Allah, who disobey Allah. Outwardly it seems so nice. Sounds very nice, my dear brothers. But inside what it is. If wealth and, my dearest, positions of the world was those things that gave pleasure to, gave success to people, then how come, my dear brothers, people are committing suicides? That they're opening up hospitals in the world. Opening up hospitals where a person can commit suicide. That was the thing that gave people success. All these film stars and so-called will read their life and see at the age of 30, 35, what is their life? They got no more chain, no more sukoon, no more pleasure. Got everything of the best, millions, but no pleasure, no happiness. They want to take their lives away. Dunya was the thing that gave a person pleasure. Dunya gave the person happiness. And they would have been the most happiest people. See what is their life? It's right in front of us. Right in front of us, my dear. And see the person who's leading his life in the obedience of Allah, in the life of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let's see what life he's got. What pleasurable life he's got. He lives like a baby. Like the baby, my dear brothers, when he's hungry, he only cries. And Allah provides. Baby does not worry for tomorrow. He does not know where I'm going to get my clothes from. He does not know worry about what's going to happen to me. Then he left it in the hands of Allah. That is how our pious people live. Those who obey Allah and follow Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The yaqeen is made that Allah is the one that is my Rabb. He'll take care of me. So my dear brothers, he does not worry. Today, my dear brothers, we get up in the morning, yet we got a whole cupboard full of groceries. Whole cupboard full of groceries. Yet we worried, poverty mustn't come to my house. What do you think, my dear brothers? Is that from us? Wallah, my dear brothers, there are three things which is azab, but we don't realize it as azab from Allah. We think azab is earthquake. We think azab is hurricane, we think azab is volcano, we think azab is floods. But there are many types of azab, my dear. One is, my dear brothers, when Allah fills the heart with anxieties and worries and fear. Fear of poverty fills the heart with that. And we don't even realize that this is from Allah. Second, masrufiyat, busyness. No time, no time, no time. So busy in the dunya, so busy in the dunya, so busy in the dunya. That, my dear brothers, we got no time for deen, no time for wife and children. I was explaining before, Maghrib Namaz, I used to one Sati. One youngster, his father came in the house. He said, Abba, 1 minute. How much do you earn in an hour? His father came from work, tired, frustrated. He said, what are you troubling me for? I don't need this now. Just get away from here. The son went and sat down in his room. Father felt a little bad, he went to the son. Sorry what happened. Probably you need this information for the school. I earn $50 an hour. So the son opened up his wallet. He said, yeah, Abba, here's $50. Give me 1 hour. Give me an hour that you can spend with me. No time. No time for family. Before, my dear brothers, at least a father will ask his son, Beta, what do you learn today in the madrasa? Read for me a little bit. Today we haven't got time for that too. And the third thing, my dear brothers, when we think the dunya opens up for us, when dunya opens up for us and I'm getting dunya, and we think nowadays Allah Ta'ala's barakat is coming. Sahaba Ikram should cry when this should come like this. This is a great test when dunya opens up. Hazrat Maulana Umar Panamburi Rahmatullah Ali should say, dunya has got an evil effect. Mal has got an evil effect. Whether you earn it halal way or you earn it in the haram way, it's still got an evil effect. To say if a person goes and steals money and buys mitai and bring it home, or a person earns money and brings mitai home, the taste of mitai will be the same. The sweet meat will taste the same, won't change. It says very few people have got the ability and capability of controlling dunya. Like how the snake charmers, they have got control of controlling the snake and they don't get harmed by the poison of the snake. Very few people in this dunya have got that. Otherwise everyone is affected with the evil of dunya, the poison of dunya. And many a time a person sees, oh, that person is committing guna and sin, and he's still getting dunya. Must be something good he's doing. So if I do something like that, I'll get it too. My dear friends, when you have a rat in your house, you go to the supermarket and you buy the best cheese and you put it in a rat trap. Why you do that? Because you love the rat? Oh, I'm going to catch this rat to make it my pet. That's why I'm putting this rat trap. No, my dear. You put that cheese there to trap it so you can kill it. You want to harm it, you want to destroy it. Sometimes, my dear brothers, when a person becomes disobedient to Allah, when he's not obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then, my dear brothers, Allah opens up the dunya for him. Not so that Allah is giving him, my dear brothers, goodness. This is a trap from Allah. Understand this, my dear brothers. Realize who we are. We are the ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We have got nisbat with Allah's Nabi. Our connection is with Allah's Nabi, not with this dunya. Not with this dunya. And we got a responsibility which we have to fulfill as the ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One is, my dear brothers, we become the slave of Allah. We obey Allah. Follow Allah's commandments, my dear brothers, in the way shown to us by Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Secondly, my dear brothers, we are the ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We've got a responsibility. That Nabi, my dear brothers, who sacrificed everything for us. Our mothers will not sacrifice how Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam sacrificed. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my dear brothers, gave up everything. So on the day of Qiyamah, everyone, including our mothers, who our mothers loved us so much in this world, but on the day of Qiyamah, our mothers will leave us too. And our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not forget us on that day also. He won't be asking for Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, Fatima radiallahu ta'ala. He will be asking for us. He'll be there to my dear brothers. He'll be worried about not only the pious one. He said, I'll be worried and concerned of my sinners in the ummah. That how I can help them on the day of Qiyamah. How I can intercede for them on the day of Qiyamah. How I can help them on the Mizan. How I can help them to cross the Pul Sirat. My dear brothers, this is our Nabi. Our kind and merciful Nabi. He, my dear brothers, sacrificed everything for us. He's leaving this world, his concern is about this ummah. He lived his life concerned about this world. Dying from this, leaving this world, concerned about this ummah. On the day of Qiyamah, concerned about this ummah. One day, Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala, Nabi Sallam came home and she was so happy that her head touched her lap. Oh Aisha, why are you so happy? Why are you so happy? So Nabi Sallam, you made dua for it. Oh Allah, forgive Aisha's present and past and he turned those things to be doing unintentional. Then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, oh Aisha, I make this dua for Muhammad 5 times a day. 5 times a day. Why do it? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was offered, my dear brothers, would you like to be a king and a Nabi or a slave and Nabi? You want to be a king? Allah will make this mountain into gold for you. And wherever you go, it will follow you. No, I'll be a slave and a Nabi. He could have been, my dear brothers, given his family, got that mountain of gold and given his family whatever they wanted. One moon passes, another moon passes, another moon passes, and my dear brothers, there's no food in the house of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam besides food, fuel and water. Hunger in the home of his daughter. Why? Not that Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala couldn't work and earn. Allah gave him such strength that 17 people couldn't pick up one door, he picked up one door. Where they were, you see the spirit of Sahaba, my dear. Expedition after expedition, expedition after expedition, they've been sent out, my dear brothers. There's no time to earn. His most beloved ones, he put them through sacrifice. Those who by the way close and near and dear to him, he put them through sacrifice. Zayd radiallahu anhu, his adopted son. Hazrat Jabir radiallahu anhu, close family member. Yeah, go. Telling them, you're going to become, if you become martyred, you become the Amir. You become martyred, you become the Amir. He said when Hazrat Jabir radiallahu anhu came back from Abyssinia, he said, I don't know what's making me more happy, the victory of Khaybar or the coming of Jafar radiallahu anhu. Not even 1 year goes and he's making his tashkeel. Go now. Our Nabi, my dear brothers, our Nabi, sacrificing his clothes and his near ones. Oh, for what? That we become successful. Today we forgot that Nabi. We forgot, my dear brothers, his sacrifices, his concern for us, his worry for us. He had the desire to see us better. Once he told the Sahaba Ikram, I like to see my brothers. So Nabi said, are we not your brothers? He says, no, you're my companion. Those that will come after me and did not see me, they are my brothers. 7 times he said, glad tidings to those who bring Iman on me and did not see me. Glad tidings on them, glad tidings on them, glad tidings on them. But today we forgot my dear respected brothers. We are the Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are no ordinary people. If we regard ourselves as the Ummati, my dear brothers, make stand up as an Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah will be behind us. Allah's help will be with us. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu was the Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah's help was with him. Sahaba were the Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah's help was with them. My dear brothers, we become the Ummati of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and see the help of Allah. See the help of Allah. Allah is with us. Those who claim, who say they will be the Ummatis of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ummati in the true sense, taking and fulfilling that responsibility as an Ummati, doing the effort of Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah will take care of us, my dear brothers. If we give priority to this effort, Allah will take care of us. Allah will fulfill our needs. In a short time, our needs will get fulfilled. And lastly, my dear brothers, we got a right. Haq, my dear brothers, the people of this country have got a right over us. The people of the world, Insan has got a right over us. We have been sent for their guidance. أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. We got a connection with them also. Those who got Iman have to worry about those who haven't got Iman. Today, my dear brothers, we are taking benefit from everybody else. We are the ones who are supposed to be giving benefit to everybody else. We should be making khair-khai to everyone. How everyone can get benefit from us. How my dunya and my life can be used for the hidayat of mankind. My dear brothers, we have come into this country. 8 million Muslims. The rest do not believe in Allah. How will we answer to Allah on the day of Qiyamah? We took benefit from them. Allah, my dear brothers, will be answerable for this. What benefit I'm giving to the people of this world? They don't want dunya. They want to see this deen. They want to see Islam in us. And they want this Islam. Nobody hates Islam, my dear brothers. Oh Muslims, remove from our hearts dislike for the non-Muslims. Put in our hearts love for them. Have mercy for them. Have pity for them. That why these people are running towards the fire of Jahannam. We can't stand a dog being burnt in this world. How can we see our fellow insan going into the fire of Jahannam? Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is seeing when janazah going, the janazah of a Yahudi, tears are flowing from his eyes. Oh my dear son, oh Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, why are you crying? This is a janazah of a non-Muslim. That one person has slipped from my hand and gone into the fire of Jahannam. My dear brothers, love for them, pity them, my dear brothers. But how they can get hidayat? How they can be saved from the fire of Jahannam? How they can go into Jannat? My dear brothers, pity our wives and our children. Pity our neighbors, pity our relatives. That how, my dear brothers, they can be saved. Today, my dear brothers, we look at our son and see how he can become a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a professor, engineer. Are we looking at our children that how this child can be saved from the fire of Jahannam and can enter into Jannah. We look at our wives and we see how she can become a helper in the dunya. Allah forbid. Most of us come from the subcontinent. Most of us come, my dear, from those countries where our women folk are pride to us. They are pride to us. They are our diamonds. Where they have got sharam and haya. We bring them into this country. And now, my dear brothers, we make them slaves of these people. Because why? I cannot make my ends meet. Two people have to work. My daughter has to work. Pity them. Have khair khai for them. Have khair khai for our wives. Have khair khai for our children. How they can be saved from the fire of Jahannam and get into Jannah? The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not love his daughter. In a house there is hunger and poverty. He could have given her, my dear brothers, food. Fatima radiallahu anha, come, oh Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's hunger. Can you give us one goat? Said, all these goats are for the muhajirin, poor muhajirin. Come, I teach you 5 kalimas. He gave her 5 kalimas. He didn't put him. He didn't love her. Months after months, no food in the house of the Azwaj Muhtahara, the wives of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They asked one day, little bit increase, because hunger became intolerable. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat on one side, left them on one side. They're asking for dunya. The second time, 1 month separated from them, increase in dunya. Go and ask them if Allah sent the ayat. Go and ask them if they want the Nabi or they want dunya. Who's going to leave the Nabi? He didn't love them. Yet, my dear brothers, he gave them deen. Never mind, bear the hunger of this world a little bit. Go through the difficulties of this world. Wear one dress, wear 2 dresses, never mind. Have 1 pair of shoe, never mind. Eat half loaf of bread, never mind. But get our akhirat. Don't destroy our akhirat. Don't sell our akhirat for this petty dunya. Petty. My dear brothers, have careful. Pity our. This is the reason, my dear brothers, we are asked to come out and be part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To realize who we are. We have forgotten this. We have forgotten our relationship with Allah. We have forgotten our relationship with Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have forgotten our relationship with the mankind. We have accepted something else. We have become the slaves of dunya. We have become the followers of the batil forces. And my dear brothers, we desire what others want of this dunya. We have forgotten who we are. My dear brothers, let us go out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and come to realize who we are. See, when a lion lost its way and it went away to the forest and got lost until it found a group of, a flock of sheep. So it started staying with the flock of sheep. And it started eating grass and growing up like a sheep, now also bleating like a sheep. So then, my dear brothers, when he grew up and he went into the forest again, he saw a lion again. So when the lion roared, the sheep, the small lion bleated. So, hey, what are you doing? You're not a sheep, you're a lion. You're a lion, what are you acting like a sheep? There's cat. He said, no, I'm a sheep. He said, no, come, I show you. Took him to a pond. He says, look down there. See what you are. You're a lion, my friend. Come, I teach you now how to be a lion. My dear brothers, we came into these different countries, and in the mahal of these different countries, we forgot who we are. Oh, my dear brothers, come out of this environment and come into the masjid environment, and you'll come to know who we are. So for this reason, my dear brothers, we are having a Ijtima next weekend. Everyone should make niyyah to come out from the Ijtima and be part of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's ready, inshallah?